What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris, as always with me,
Liam.
And today we are diving into Foundation Season 3, Episode 6. And man, has Season 3 been a ride. Has not disappointed yet and has just been building and building and building. If you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome. We are not experts. We have not read the books. We just absolutely love the show. Much like everything else that we love, we talk about it. And that's what we're doing here. And so the best way for you to join in with us is down in the comments below. The only thing we ask is that you don't spoil anything to come. If you have read the books or you have a little bit of insight on things that are going to unfold, don't ruin it for the rest of us. We like to experience it in real time. But if you have disagreements with us, if you agree with us, whatever it may be, if you want to share your opinion, do that in the comments below and we'll check in with you down there. The best way to let us know you like this video is the like button. And if you enjoy our content and want to keep joining us on this journey, we do multiple videos. The Institute, Handmaid's Tale, we're going back through the Foundation, and now also picking up Alien Earth as well. So there's lots of different stuff we do. So if you want, subscribe to the channel and join us on that journey. Without further ado, we got a lot to talk about on this episode. So let's dive right in.
Yeah, so Demerzel was not, I was wrong. She was not there to check in with Gaal. I was disappointed about that. And we also find out that Dawn is fucking dead.
That's what she said.
You don't think so?
No, I don't agree with her. I don't think he's dead.
Why?
Trailer sleuthing. There's no way.
Disappointed.
So unlike Liam and I are very different in one way. I don't mind watching the trailer for what's to come. He refuses to. And so I have a little bit of just non-spoiler knowledge based on trailers.
Yeah, that's not fun to me. But then we have this whole conversation between them, which was really enlightening. I didn't realize that she is the reason everything came to pass.
Well, that's a pretty broad statement.
Yeah.
So I disagree with you.
She
is not the reason everything came to pass, but we do learn in this episode that she was directly responsible and involved in psychohistory.
Yeah,
she was the reason that Harry got the information he needed to be able to build out psychohistory.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. She was a linchpin. If she wasn't able to help...
specific, sir. That's a very broad statement.
She wasn't able to help him with the information, then he wouldn't have been able to build... What's that little thing called?
The Prime Radiant.
Prime Radiant. Yes. He wouldn't have been able to build that, and then they wouldn't have been able to fulfill anything with their mission or plan out those missions. So, that being the linchpin, she's the reason everything happened.
Yeah, so we're learning a lot of layers to Demerzel in Season 3. We're learning that at certain points in her history, she was able to was able to loophole her programming in a way that allowed her to do something that would be uncharacteristic of her primary programming. The first time we saw it was destroying the air bridge, and now this time we saw her directly helping the starting of the Foundation. Because without Harry going to Cali and learning the folding, all that stuff, folding space, and then eventually building out the Prime Radiant with her, and then getting the missing pieces that we learned from Gaal, none of this would have happened. So now we're getting all of these pieces put together, learning that like you broadly said, Demerzel's been like the architect for many of the things that we see behind the scenes without ever knowing it.
It seems unintentional as well. Like, she didn't realize it was going to unfold the way it is right now. Yeah. Because back when she first gave him the information, she thought it would have just helped in that moment secure Empire's future.
Which is how she finds how the loopholes are happening in her primary objective, right? Because her primary objective is to ensure Empire's safety and to ensure the Cleonic dynasty that it carries on, right? So the clones are also, so not just Cleon himself, but the clones. And there's loopholes that she can find with that, which is kind of cool.
Gaal also gave Demerzel her origin story. You know what I'm talking about?
Go deeper.
So when she's on the spaceship with the advanced people that could travel...
Spacers.
The Spacers, yeah.
I wanted to call them the Spacing Guild because I was so hooked on Dune, but they're the Spacers.
Yeah, so she let them know that when she wasn't supposed to be able to stay awake. And she did. And she was letting her know, look, this is when I realized I had these powers.
Yeah. In a previous episode, we had talked how Gaal is much stronger than we had given her credit for. And I had alluded to that exact scene being the first inkling of how powerful she really is. Because she can travel through a fold in space with her mind and body intact without having to separate them, without going to sleep. And was able to actually see, experience, and not go mad the folding of space. That's not supposed to happen.
She also explains about the Mule and how both her and the Mule are outliers.
Correct.
She also talks about being able premonition type stuff.
Yeah.
And so she gets interrogated by Demerzel, even though it's not real interrogation because it's consensual, I guess.
So I get where you're going because Demerzel has these abilities because they are interrogation techniques built into her.
Yes.
Like they are built into her to interrogate people. However, she does consensually use them on Gaal because Gaal's like, yeah, you basically got to drown me for this to work. And so it's like, yeah, that's not going to be a problem.
No problem. Yeah.
Which I think that's kind of the dynamic, even though we had a lot of stuff going on New Terminus and all that as well, and Trevor down in the Mycogen Center, the conversation between Gaal and Demerzel, to me, and probably many other people, was like the most exciting part of the episode because they did give us such a content, like, lore dump. Like, it gave us a lot of stuff to, like, really bite onto, which I thought was great. You know, we realized that the fourth crisis, anyway, this event's happening in 4 months where basically the Mule and Gaal fight each other. And then after that, it basically Gaal said there's like nothingness. But Del, being a robot, being able to attune to different things, she was like, that's not the case.
Well, first off, when she's viewing the interaction between Gaal and the Mule, she's able to look around and know the exact location.
Yeah.
Gaal was not able to do that because she's not a robot. So
she was scared.
Yeah.
She was more fearing for her life, where Demerzel's analyzing everything.
She didn't have the landmarks, right? And then in the future, Demerzel was able to see the nothingness that you were talking about and hear the tone.
Yeah, so it's actually a black hole. It's not nothingness.
Yes.
Yeah, because what she can hear is that same humming noise that you hear when you're out at the black hole bomb machine, the nebula. Okay. So when Gaal fights the Mule and it goes to blackness, we learn from Demerzel that that's actually going to be like a representation of like a black hole. That's what she hears. And I'm curious if that's going to be that black hole machine, the Avecula.
The one that wiped out the planet.
Right. The one that Brother Dusk has built to help out, but I don't think it's really going to help out. I have a feeling that the big battle between those two happens somewhere near that black hole. And it ends up being like because at the end of when time ends for her, right? When the timeline ends for her, it's just black hole nothingness and it hears that noise. And the only black hole we've introduced to physically is that one. Now we have been introduced to the fact that like in the center of the universe, the only thing that exists is this black hole and everything exists around that. Like we know that. The only one we physically have seen is the one that is the Nebula uses for power. So I have a feeling that is a hint towards where we're going to see this final battle ultimately take place is going to involve this black hole planet devastating machine.
Did you also notice during the interrogation, the map from the Prime Radiant, that's the hologram, as Demerzel was getting this information, it was becoming unfuzzy and straightened out again. And then the moment she left, it fuzzed out.
I did notice it was vibrating like very vigorously, like as if it was trying to figure itself out again. But it's done that several times without Gaal being around.
Okay. Maybe I didn't notice it before.
Yeah, because when they're showing Brother Dude, the Prime Radiant in the throne room, trying to explain to him like what's going on, like get him to care, but she doesn't. It's doing the same thing. It's like spazzing out and trying to grow and then coming back and spazzing out and trying to grow and coming back. It's like flickering basically.
Okay.
So I think it was just doing more of that, but maybe I just missed it. And let us know in the comments below. Was there more there that I missed?
And speaking of Brother Dude,
yeah,
the scene where he's talking to the old Asian lady in the market, I thought that was really cool. The concept of having a trick that can never be replicated forces you to enjoy it in that moment. I thought that concept was super fucking cool.
Concept's cool, and it was great foreshadowing for what he was about to walk his ass into.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
I knew that there was going to be no way that she fell back in love with him, but I agree that the twist that we did get was not something I saw coming.
The wife?
Like, she's already in love. Yeah, she already has a life partner. However,
the robot comment almost got her.
I think here's where I'm at. They didn't kill him, although they're leading you to believe that that's what's going to happen because of his ancestor. But he even says it right there on the spot. I may share his face, but I am not him. And like you could tell, like he's not the same guy. Like clearly not the same guy. And he has two things to his advantage. One, he came down completely alone, completely unarmed, with her memories, and he has Demerzel's tool. So he has everything he needs to prove that he's there for the right reasons. And so I think what's going to end up happening, this is my prediction. I have no proof of this, but this is my prediction. I believe that he is going to be able to, one, prove to them that he's there for the right reasons because of the things he has on him, the tool and the memories. He's going to give her back her memories only so that she can understand the gift or miracle that she saw, not so that they can fall back in love. That's not going to happen. I truly believe that she was playing him. Like, she was just trying to make the money, extort him, get information, like, didn't really love him. She clearly loves like a woman, not a man. So like, the love's not there.
Do you think she was playing him the whole time though?
No, I think she was enjoying the life of luxury she was living for a while, but she was also never truly in love with him. I don't ever believe.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
No, I don't. I think the whole thing was a lie. I don't think she ever truly believed like they were going to run away together. Unless here's the one bit of clarity I would need to make that whole thing I just said incorrect. When he chooses a courtesan, when he picks them, do they get their previous mind wiped while they are in palace? And then the memories, like, basically, like, they become a blank slate while they're there, and then when they leave, they become that person again? Because then that would make absolute sense why she could fall in love with him without ever having those other attached feelings.
I was wondering the same thing.
But I don't think that's the case.
I don't know. I think she was genuinely in love with him. She seemed like it.
I think love is a hard word because I don't think she looks at him like a person. So that's the thing. Like, the way she's acting now and the way she was acting when she was in the house is so polar opposite from each other.
Yeah.
That it makes me believe that there's more than just memory wipe. There's also behavior manipulation going on. Where, like, maybe Demerzel not only removed her memories, but also implanted in her
seeds of that,
like a dislike for Empire now.
Ooh.
So that if he were to try to do something like this, he could never succeed. That's why she's not chasing him. She knows.
Or the opposite could have happened when she does become a courtesan, right? Yeah. When she does become a courtesan, then she would have implanted seeds of love or lust.
Yeah. They call him something else inside of, but it's basically a courtesan for the palace. But the thing that I wanted to allude to is that I think because of Brother Dude having where he's currently located, he's now has a direct connection to the inheritance, which is the robot religion. What I think is going to end up happening is he's going to realize he can't be in love, but also realize that there's something that he can do for the greater good, right? He's going to be down there. He's down there for love. He's not going to be able to have that love. So in honor of showing his sincerity, I believe what he's going to end up doing is, unlike the Cleons before him, he's going to go and try to make a difference for his people. And by only way he can really do that would be to free Demerzel. This brings me full. Remember episode 1 and 2? I said, Brother Dude's going to be the reason Gaal gets her zero with law reprogramming. I think this is how it happens now. I think because he went there for love and can't have it, he's going to go on some sort of, love vision, whatever quest for love, try to figure that out. It's not going to work. And instead of having physical love, he's going to show love for his people by freeing the one thing they worship and giving the thing they love freedom. I think Brother Dude's going to be the reason that Demerzel gets her freedom from Empire. She gets to go back to her original programming where it's all of humanity that matters, not one person and his clones.
Okay, so let's talk about the influencers, the uncle, and all them flying to this new planet.
Yeah. Well, did they go to the new planet?
They went to a different planet because they had to give they were going to be shot, right? You remember that? They were going to be shot down, and then they gave Han's name, and they were allowed passage.
Yeah, so they're just going to New Terminus. It's not like a new planet. We've been there before.
Well, I just mean they're flying from another planet to a new planet.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're en route to New Terminus when we first see them. Yes, yeah.
So they're on their way there, and ultimately they give up Han's name just so that they could get safe passage there.
Just get arrested.
Oh, they end up in there, and it's just. Yep, they get locked up with Han instead. Han's like, the fuck, guys? Yeah. And then the Han and the uncle go at it. Well, that was a fun scene.
Well, yeah. The last time they saw each other, they were like racing on speeder bikes and trying to kill each other.
I was going to say, that scene made so much more sense when you said that the last episode or the episode before, maybe.
Right.
But but it was funny, and they pretty much came with a truce, and then the uncle's just like, fuck you, I'm going to get my last shot in.
Yeah, I only needed one arm to do that.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
That was good.
So there's some interesting things happening in that dynamic as well. We have I can't say his name right now. Magnifico get the ability to play. So he played his melody. And
before that, he was asked if he would ever separate himself from the mule, and he's pretty much like, yeah, of course. I mean, I was only playing to survive another day and have food.
How much do you believe that?
I don't know, because someone put out a theory in one of our comments saying, what if he's the mule?
It's the number one theory on the internet right now.
Is it?
Is that the mule is not who he says he is. Because the 2 episodes specifically, but probably most of the season, the theme, the through line has been things are not as they seem, especially people.
Yes.
And so it would be, you know, the ultimate lead in to the biggest reveal twist that this person that we've been thinking is the mule the whole time has really just been a puppet for the mule himself, who's been hiding behind him as a coward the whole time, but has really just been controlling him and using him as a figurehead. Because there's so many times where the character who plays the mule is referring to his life as if he's living someone else's. It's like he's been in I'm living someone else's dreams. I've been in someone else's life. I'm having someone else's memories. For as long as I remember, I've been basically like going on someone else's journey. He talks about it all the time. And then he also talks about everyone's going to love me. They all need to love me. And then if you notice in this episode, one of the things that Mallow's wife there and the balladeer talk about is how everyone loves them, how easy it is to make anyone love them. And I was just like, oh shit. There's starting to be a real connection here. So now I don't know if I trust him. I really don't. Like the theories online bled into me, and now I'm watching them carefully, and I'm like, shit, there's a lot of truth here. They've been hinting it to us for a long time that this could be real.
You've got me wondering though, because there seems to be plenty of scenes where the guy, based on the claim, the guy acting as the mule himself appeared to be alone when this control stuff happened. Like the first scene where we see the mule open up and he's taking down the whole planet, the first planet he conquers. It was the Magnifico.
He was there.
He was hiding in the woods or something.
So if you rewatch episode 1 of season 3, before the mule arrives, you hear the music.
So that's the only cue we hear is the music itself.
First you hear the music, and then he walks out of the woods by himself. So he's within earshot.
Maybe I didn't link the music because we didn't get introduced to him yet.
And then we didn't see the pilots fighting each other on New Terminus until they open up the roof. But again, he's right there. So every time the mule is controlling someone, the balladeer Magnifico has been within eyeshot of him.
So he was in the room with the creepy little princess. Was he in the room when he took her over too?
Yeah, he had Magnifico before he took over
the first planet.
Yeah. So Calgon. And so before he took over Calgon, he already had him. So yeah, every single time we've seen him use his power, especially on scale, he's been close enough to be able to control him, to use him as a puppet.
Plus, as we saw before when Gaal had Magnifico, Gaal was there, I think, when they had Magnifico play, and he was like at the other end of the building just to show the uncle.
Yeah.
Right? So that shows that it travels over a great distance.
Yeah. So, I mean, and we don't know, all we know from Gaal is that the mule is the most powerful mentalic she's ever experienced. So does that mean that once he gets his fingers in you, he can control you from distance? From if he plants an idea in your head, does that idea stay there even when he's gone? Right? Could this balladeer Magnifico be the real mule and have planted such a deep thought and memory into the mule that we know's head that he just truly believes that's who he is, but he's never actually been that person?
So the Magnifico, it created the mule, is what you're saying.
He created the figure, the face of the mule.
Yes.
To be able to carry out his plans without ever drawing real attention to him.
And he could be the victim.
And he could just be the victim and hide.
Ooh.
And it allows him to get behind the scenes of the enemy, get information, stay a step ahead. Like, there's so much strategic advantage to being that type of villain, where you have a figurehead, basically like Iron Man 3.
That's what I was thinking of too.
Yeah, exactly. Adrian Killick, what was his name? Damn it, I can't think of his name at the minute.
Ben Kingston played
the bad guy, and he pretended to be like the 10 Rings, but he wasn't. He was just an actor. The real guy was Aldrich Killian. That was his name. Was the real bad guy? Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with this. Before the theories online, I didn't think that. But now that I read the theories online, I've been watching it before, I can, you can find evidence when you're looking for it. So maybe I did find that evidence because I was looking.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It does seem to make a whole lot of sense now that we're talking this shit out. Yeah. Holy sh! All right.
Dude, I want to just mention something really quick though, because one of my favorite parts of this episode was just like the absolute pattern interrupt and humor of Harry not knowing who the mule was. Everyone's looking to him for advice. They like all go, like they all fly down to New Terminus and they're like walk to the vault and they're all excited that he's finally going to talk to him. And he's all like being diplomatic and he's like, I know the fourth crisis is going to be that you have become an overzealous dictator and you want freedom and you guys are now clashing. So we're going to build freedom. And they're like, yeah, we already put that war aside because we got to fight somebody called the Mule. And Harry's like, who's the Mule? And it's like, what? You're supposed to help us.
Yeah, that was interesting. And then all he did without warning was blink out and then put up the shield barrier thing again.
Yeah, I think because there's a theory too that the only way to shut down Demerzel is to like put her in a situation where her computation cannot compute, so she has to like reboot. I think that's kind of what happened to Harry, and because he's just a like memory of Harry, right? He's not like Harry himself. He's just like a hologram memory. So Harry's copy that lives inside the vault, and the vault is very limited information, does not have any info on the mule. And so my thought process here is that because he hit a unsolvable problem because he doesn't have the information, like the vault itself, Harry itself, like rebooted. Because you see him like kind of like stop, almost like freeze, and then just glitch out.
Yeah.
And then within a couple of minutes, the null field starts coming back up. And so I think what happens is like he's like rebooted and like the vault itself started like going back into its primary like protective like mode.
I thought he freaked out because he didn't know the information and he was challenged on something, so he just threw a temper tantrum, just disappeared. That's how I saw it.
It doesn't really make sense though for AI to have a temper tantrum.
My AI has temper tantrums all the time.
Based in this universe. Not the one you deal with in work every day. But like in this universe, it's kind of, unless is like a robot like Demerzel who is built to mimic human emotion because it's built into her programming, it doesn't make sense that that would happen. But hey.
I don't know. Yeah. What was the male influencer's name again? Tor or something like that?
Tor and Mallow, yeah.
The way he went back for his wife when she was out, that gave me so much more respect for that man. Yeah. Most of the time, we see him as just this pretty boy getting by in his looks, just making money, stuff like that.
Typical influencer.
Yeah, exactly.
He's supposed to be that.
Yeah, but this, we got to see his true character, and ever since he's linked up with Han, he's exposing more and more of his true character. We see that coming out a lot from the uncle side of things.
Yeah.
Except with what I feel like more morals.
I would agree with you that the uncle lives in a more morally gray area than Torin does, but anytime a guy is willing to put himself in danger for someone he says he loves and he proves that with that action, we're gonna root that guy on. So
yeah,
absolutely cool that Torin did see her in trouble and go back for her. For a minute there, his uncle like looks back, and you can see, like, when he looks back, you see like Torin running with Beta on his shoulders. And I thought for a second the uncle was going to come back and go get him, but the uncle just runs away. And I'm like, well, he has one arm and he's old. I don't think he really could do much. But that's kind of a cowardly thing to do. Run away from your nephew and his wife who are trying to save themselves. But
yeah,
that particular scene, did you see what ended up happening to Magnifico? Where'd he go?
I don't know. I don't recall seeing him go anywhere.
Because he was in the vault with everybody. He came down to see Harry himself. And when that phone first rings, I thought that was Magnifico. Like Magnifico was the mole the whole time, and then he exposes himself in that moment. But it was one of the security guards. So I was like, I was off on that one.
So that changes the whole theory that the figurehead mule is one of Harry's sons, right?
Yeah, I don't think that's anymore.
That gets out. Yeah. But could Magnifico still be the son?
It depends. If he ends up having mentalic powers, truly mentalic powers, not just the ability to play an instrument that can control emotion, then it could make sense. The biggest flaw in my theory that the Harry and the Mule are related is the fact that the Mule has no prior knowledge of any other mentalics until he runs into Han. And so the only way that makes sense is if Harry got rid of him or his mother left super early.
Or for the protection, he sent her away.
But yeah, for him not to know who Gaal is, to never have known who a mentalic is, and to have such powerful abilities without any training. There's a lot of mystery there that makes me think that there's another powerful player that we don't know.
So how'd this instrument come to pass?
I think it's just a regular instrument.
It's just a regular instrument that he figured out that he can channel through?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Because I was wondering, like, if the instrument's so important, because everyone acts like the instrument's the thing.
Well, it seems to me that it's the combination, because there's never been any express interest in the fact that he plays this instrument. It's just that the way he plays the instrument makes you feel a certain way. So I don't think that it's the instrument specifically. Otherwise, they would be talking about the instrument, not Magnifico.
I don't know, because if it is just this instrument that he came across and discovered it's got these powers, in my mind, like, playing games, to me, that would be like a relic type item from like an ancient knowledge or something like that. So that's why I'm asking whether it's the instrument itself that's got the power, or is it the person playing it?
Let us know down in the comments below if you think it's the instrument, the person, combination of the two. Let us know your theories as well. Do you believe that Magnifico is the mule, or is this just a rabbit hole that the internet's going down that's going to be for naught? Yeah. I think for me, the whole thing with Gaal is going to be the most exciting part of what we get to see moving forward. Gaal and Gaal. Every time that we get to like talk to them, I think we get some really deep, especially here in season 3, we've gotten some very deep like history and lore that was needed. So I enjoy seeing them on screen. Demerzel's interactions with the Zephyr have been so enlightening. Now her interaction with Gaal has been super enlightening. And I'm just really excited to see where this goes. If you've read the books, I'd be really curious, how far off is the series from the original book content? Because I know that, like, obviously Demerzel doesn't exist in the books. It's a completely different character and it's played out differently, and there's all these different things that happen differently. That I do know. But I was curious because after this season, I might pick up the books if they're close enough to the series. I want to check it out. But let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you want to continue on this journey with us, reviewing cool stuff. Again, we're doing not just Foundation, but also The Institute, Alien Earth, going back through Handmaid's Tale upon many of your requests and many others as they roll out. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a single episode. And we look forward to catching up with you guys down in the comments. So we'll see you on that next video. Peace.
Find the strength hiding in each battle scar. You're not who you were, you've already come far.